Retail Group.
Sally Farrell from the Oneida Indian Nation Retail Group, Marketing Manager, will be walking along with me. Ladies and gentlemen, the following is your starting lineup for the 1998 running of the Dirt Sportsman SavOn 30. In the 17th row, going away in 34th starting position with the Liberty Rock crushing number 4 car. It's going to be renumbered number 4. We don't see him back here yet. From Chittenango, New York, it's going to be Mike Button. In the 33rd starting spot, with the Northern Federal Credit Union Troyer Chassis number 2T car out of Redwood, New York, Ben Tucker. In the 16th row, on the outside, going away in 32nd spot, piloting car number 117. It's the Hall Racing number 117 car from Brockville, Ontario, Rich Hall. On the inside of Rich, going away in 31st starting spot in the Jack's Barbershop, Bicknell Chassis number 5 car from Geneva, New York, Rick Swarthout. He was back there, yeah. 15th row on the outside from Middletown, New York, in 30th starting spot, the Guardian Refrigeration number 220 car, Johnny Ferrier. On the inside of row number 15, going away 29th in the field from Mercer, Pennsylvania, the Chris Jack Service Plaza number 401 car, Gary Smoker. 14th row on the outside and 28th starting spot from Westwood, New Jersey, the Botanical Day Spas number 90 car, it's Stevie Birchwale. On the inside of row number 14, starting in 27th spot with the number 5 car from Mahwah, New Jersey, the Durrand Racing sponsor mount, that is Steve Durrand. 13th row on the outside and 26th starting spot with the Chippewa IGA number 11 car from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Joe Middlemiss. On the inside of row number 13 with the Texaco Haviland sponsored 17C car from St. Catharines, Ontario, it's Pete Cosco. In the 12th row, on the outside and 24th starting spot from Lewistown, New York, in the Chrysler Racing number 21K car, Randy Chrysler. On the inside in 23rd starting spot with the 711 car from East Bethany, New York, the Lyons Racing sponsored mount, it's Russ Lyons. In the 11th row, going away in 22nd starting spot from Jamesville, New York, in the weak Sunoco number R10 car, it's Greg Doust. On the inside of Greg, starting in spot number 21, from Auburn, New York, with the Vitale paving number 56 car, Vince Vitale. 10th row on the outside, going away in starting spot number 20, from Tappan, New York, the Sarvis Racing Sarvis Tree Service number 94 car, Joe Sarvis. On the inside of Joe, from Bloomingburg, New York, in the Shortstop Convenience Stores number 77 car, Jimmy Johnson. 9th row, 18th starting spot of the field from West Milford, New Jersey, in the Spar Royal number 37 car, it's Scott Flammer. On the inside of Scott, starting in spot number 17, from Saratoga Springs, New York, the M&J Construction 27 car, Mike Ballestero. 8th row, 16th on the field, from Spencerport, New York, the Vargo Racing 7 key car, Rich Vargo. On the inside, going away 15th, from Ransomville, New York, the Wills Dairy Farm number 111 car, it's Kevin Wills. 7th row, 14th starting spot from Lyons, New York, the Halbar Farm 68 car, Howie Albrecht. On the inside, 13th starting spot out of Lasonia, New York, in the River Valley Inn number 545 car, it's going to be Mike Clark. 6th row, 12th starting spot on the outside from North Tonawanda, New York, the Prime Times Motorsports number 3 car, Chad Brachmann. On the inside of Chad, from Boston Lake, New York, the Camara Slate McAuliffe Trucking number 23 car, Jim McAuliffe. 5th row, starting spot from Auburn, New York, in the Spano Paving and Excavating number 1 car, Jimmy Spano. On the inside of Jim, starting in spot number 9, in the Toy Shop Bicknell Chassis number 42 car, it's Larry Lampman Jr. Fourth row, eighth in the field out of Westwood, New Jersey, in the J&J Auto Maintenance, number 93X car, Neil Luce. On the inside of Neil from Constantia, New York, in the American Auger number 2 car, it's going to be Ryan Baye. Third row, on the outside, going away sixth in the field from Niagara Falls, Ontario, in the Yuck Yucks Comedy number 124 car, it's Gary Moreash. On the inside of Gary, starting in spot number 5 out of Cape Vincent, New York, in the FX Caprera Car Company's number 61 car, it's Stevie Hall. Second row, on the outside, starting in spot number 4, from Valhalla, New York, the Cassidy Excavating 111 car, Jeff Cassidy. On the inside of Jeff, starting third in the field, out of Holmes, New York, it's the Liberty Rock Crushing number 24 car, Chris Schultz. And your front row for the 1998 running of the SavOn 30 Dirt Sportsman Championship event, on the outside in spot number 2 from Ludlow, Massachusetts, it's the Stand in France Texaco number 00 car, Chris Kokosa. And your pole sitter out of Howells Cave, New York, the Burrow Trucking Champ car, Gable Motorsports 76 car, Alton Palmer. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you from SavOn Convenience Stores, Marketing Manager Sally Farrell, and she's got some powerful words in the world of dirt motorsports.
Yes, thank you. Okay, gentlemen. SavOn says, start those engines.
Here you have it. We get set to go racing. Dirt Sportsman style on the Moody Mile for the 30 lap. Dirt Sportsman SavOn 30.
The small block Sportsman cars come to life. Kathy's Bottom Line again sponsoring the Halfway Leader Award on lap 15. $250 going there. Also Gator Racing Photo News with their Best Appearing Car and Crew Award. The Underground Facilities Protective Organization with the highest finishing rookie award, $500 going there. John Burr has joined me up here in the tower. John, the voice of the Can-Am Speedway, and also up to Evans Mills. First, John, it's nice to have you here.
My pleasure, Doug. Always a pleasure to be down.
What do you see here in this 30-lap Sportsman event, John?
Well, it's not 125 laps or 188. They're going to have to get it done early. And I kind of looked through my toad board up through here. In your first top 10, they got the guys that are chasing that series all through the course of the year, Doug, and they're going to have a lot of company out there. A lot of good times yesterday. Most of these guys, even though the Dirt organization relatively new with the Sportsman, it got this pretty well dialed in, if you can do such a thing. The weather not a factor at all. That they've had the same weather here since Wednesday afternoon, so there's not a surprise to anybody. And they got this thing dialed in, ready to come off of turn number, just a couple parade laps out there out of turn number 3 and 4. Again, it's a 1 mile track. You've been here lots and lots of times, folks. Pretty wide all the way except when you get into turn number 3. Turn number 3 is like driving inside of a funnel. You can go too wide in coming out of turn number 2, or no, turn number 3, I should say, and it gets a little bit hairy, as you could tell from that Street Stock Championship here just a few minutes ago. The Bombard Chevrolet brings them down in front. We should be ready to go. Palmer, the hot shoe out of Fonda, brings them down in front. We got several guys in the first top 10 that are chasing that Dirt Series competition. Again, not a lot of difference between these and their big sisters, the small blocks. They run a 2-barrel carburetor. They run steel wheels and steel heads. Other than that, same thing. Same get up and go behind the steering wheel as well. And they're looking to generate a lot of horsepower. And again, they're hitting this thing at well over 100 miles an hour in hot lap session here earlier this afternoon.
Of course, the downside to that, John, is that the parts cost the same as the ones that Brett Hearn and Billy Decker and everybody else. But this is the feeder division for the small block. Of course, the big block outlaws, the thought being learn how to set up these very tricky modified style chassis and learn what you got with the chassis and everything else is the same, with the exception of the hood, the fact that the wheels are steel versus aluminum on the mods. So there's a lot of little twists and turns you can do with these the best of the bunch here today.
It sure is. I'll tell you right now, they're looking for some great horse to call on turn number 3 and 4. The idea is that that's going to be a gentleman right now. I'm going to be sitting out there. We're in position number 5, 6, and 7. Coming on to turn number 3 in the state fairground on Super Dirt Week. You got to have a rush. You got to love it. I'm telling you right now. The pace car might up on this one, Doug.
Looks like it will. And like you said, this is an emotional moment for all these guys. This is what they race for all year long, is to have a chance to come to Syracuse. We're watching now the SavOn representatives from championships at Canandaigua and the Cuba County Fair Speedway. Actually shared the championship with Rick Miller at the Cuba County Fair Speedway, but a great year for him. But like you said, had a tough day yesterday, but is starting to make his way up through the field. This is the last thing Palmer wanted to see, but as far as everybody else is concerned, this is exactly what they needed.
They needed that bad. I'm telling you that. And Alton didn't need it. He's going to be the one that's not going to be hurting on this because he's just going to be able to walk away perhaps if he's got that horsepower the way he wants it. Kind of a neat note on one of the back markers right now, the car number 2 of Ben Tucker, a rookie out of our track up at the K&M Speedway. That car's got a lot of miles on it, not Syracuse miles. That car originally was owned by Pat O'Brien on one of his many quests for the Small Block Dirt Championship. And then in a year or 2 after that, he of course sold that to Rusty Van Tassel. Rusty injured and eventually sold that car to Ben Tucker. This is Ben's first ride. Gentle Ben in the car number 2. That is a Chevrolet power plant, even though he's sponsored by a Ford dealer up around the Ogdensburg, Governor area, the Blevins ride. Good young driver out there in that car number 2. Again, the car has made some good stride down there. Into 27, he just dominated with the Outstanding Car Award, the beautiful car award. That was like Ballestero out of Saratoga Springs. He started to turn the whip up a little bit. It might tend to draw that number 17 starting spot.
Here's the top 15. Alton Palmer leads. Chris Kokosa is second. By the way, we did get a report from the pit area. They broke the axle tube on the Russ Lyons car. That's what happened there. Then you've got Chris Shultz running in third. The 111 machine of Jeff Cassidy in fourth. Steve Hall in the number 5 spot. Chad Brachmann now up to 6th. Then you've got Ryan Baye in 7th, John McAuliffe in 8th, Larry Lampman has slid back to 9th position, Neil Luce now shown in the top 10, and then you've got Gary Moreash in 11th, Howie Albrecht in 12th, Ballestero, we were just talking about him, he is 13th, Jim Spano is 14th, and in the number 15 spot, right where he started the race, is Kevin Willis.
What makes it kind of exciting right now, to me anyway, we got 10 laps in. And just about lap number 6 is when the tires started to come in. So they have gone away right now. So it's a brand new ball game, same 10, just different ball game. As they get ready to fire these things up, we've got them coming out of turn number 3 and 4.
Of course, John, they will heat up quicker this time, right?
That's right. Pace car should up again. The Bombard pace car looks out of pit road, out of turn number 3 and 4. We got a green out of 4. They look down in front. 3 cars wide, stack them up and down. Oh, it's got a 4 car.
Touched as they went down into 1, but Kokosa was not to be denied. He will have the lead now as they work down the back straightaway. Alton Palmer, for the first time this race, sees somebody in front of him.
He is starting, but watch that 3rd place car, ladies and gentlemen. That 3rd place car is starting to turn it up. He found something that somebody else didn't have. But now he starts to backslide a little bit out of turn number 3 and 4. He's got company. Here comes Kokosa on the outside of the speedway. Palmer is riding 2nd. Watch the 3rd place car. He's starting to be very quick.
As you said, the Cassidy 111, great run there. Now up to number 3 spot, drops Shultz back to 4th. Chad Brachmann moved around Steve Hall, but now the white car of Hall will challenge him for 5th.
Steve Hall's better get going to the class right now as he starts to work to the inside of the speedway. Turns it up just a little bit. He's right in that point hunt for the Mr. Dirt Championship, getting up those extra bonus points for the Cannon Speedway. Right now, Kokosa in command. Palmer riding 2nd.
And up into the number 9 spot now goes the 68 of Howie Albrecht. And coming along with him now is Jim Spano in the JVS 1. They both go to the inside of Baye. They'll shuffle him out of the top 10. So now Spano's shown in the number 10 position. And Jimmy started this race right in 10th, fell back. Now he's starting to come back to the front.
Jimmy's one guy that's going to do it.
I noticed Ballestero pushed him all the way down the front straightaway, made the pass in 2, and you can see the gap now between them, and it looks like Baye may have some problems. He's fallen out of the top 10 and now back almost out of the top 15.
He certainly doesn't have the horsepower. He come down to the halfway point. We're in lap number 15 this time around. 15 to go. Number 5. Here comes Wild Horse to the inside of the speedway. Decides to go to the inside of car number 3, the Jet Racing ride. He's in North Carolina. All the time around on the outside of it. Now he goes to the side. There goes the number 117. A Vitale out of Brockville, Ontario, Canada. A regular Brockville Speedway, the Boss Speedway.
Halfway leader and the captain Kathy's bottom line bonus goes to Chris Kokosa, as he was the leader on lap number 15. He'll pick up some extra bonus money from Kathy's bottom line. The premier Syracuse Gentlemen's Club as Kokosa still leads here on lap 16. For 23rd, 24th place or so, but they are really scrabbling at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, a little more single file out in front. You still got Kokosa leading. Early leader Alton Palmer now runs in that number 2 spot. Jim Cassidy. Shultz in fourth. And you've got McAuliffe and Luce. And it looks like Russ and Howie really getting John McAuliffe.
They work on a turn number 1 and 2, now 3 and 4, and down the backstretch. Out of Ludlow, Massachusetts, the 00, Chris Kokosa is the man they got to all look at right now as he works on a turn number 4 down here in front.
The stand in front takes a good ride. Limited Finley Speedway regular. So finished up his turn. Is something that Chris Kokosa knows a lot about. And seeing the Baye number 2 is followed back by the He's trying to save the straightaway speed just does not compare to be there at this point. Spano, number 1, was on Howie Albrecht for a bit, trying to move in the 9th spot. He is now falling back a bit. Hall again took a look to the inside of Brachmann as they went into 3, John.
They're trying to go for contender right now as they work on for turn number 1 and 2, now 3 and 4 on the back of the Kokosa automobile. We're going to get a clock on him. Let's see what he can do. Again, third, fourth, and fifth. All easy long. Here again to the inside, Spano. Back to the inside as they work on turn number 1.
That right there is the battle for 9th place. Albrecht gets a guy to beat Spano, gets a wheel underneath him now in 2. He had to check up just a bit. Ballestero trying to get to the inside. They may have tucked. Ballestero got sideways on the back straightaway. He runs at 11th, and Lampman now hoping to make it a 4-car battle for 9th spot as the leaders come by.
Here they come down in front. Hall had a nose in that time. He rolled it down to turn up on the back of that car, number 3. Couldn't do it quite that time. He had to back off right up that turn over there, the tunnel turn over there for number 3 and 4. Down at 106 miles an hour. He's getting very, very quick. The young man out of Massachusetts, Chris Kokosa, 106.13 miles an hour, 33.92 on the clock.
Those are fast laps, and they were turning just a few laps ago, so the tires getting hotter, the track getting faster as the day goes on. Chris Kokosa now and Alton Palmer trying to pull away a little bit now, and here comes Chad Brachmann. Thinking about the inside of Shultz.
That's on the inside as well. You got to kind of put this in perspective. These guys out there at 106 miles an hour. They are the baby sisters of the small box and the big box. These guys have got us extra smart. They're right on the back end. They're some unbelievable guys in these Sportsman cars.
Just trying to pull into the pit area out of turn number 4. You see this brightly colored 220 on the front straightaway. He tried to slow down enough to make the entrance into pit road, could not, so he'll have to come in on the cinder track down here in turn number 1. Top right for the Orange County Fair Speedway.
22 on the scoreboard. Time you're watching the car number 17, the Rich Vargo car. Out of Spencer for that last lap out there. It's Albrecht and Spano. Got the whole type of battle going on along with the car number 27. Looking at them on the inside of the speedway. Mike Ballestero on the chair.
Let's see the top 15 for you, John. Still got Kokosa leading. Alton Palmer
Kokosa did what he had to do. Palmer having difficulty. Palmer gets shot. They shut the door on Palmer. He has nowhere to go. Does a great job of driving right now. As Elton got the door shut. Coming out of turn number 3 and 4. He has trouble with traffic and holds up the lead for Chris Kokosa in the car with Ballestero.
And here comes Steve Hall now. Go to the inside of Cassidy. Cassidy gets caught out in traffic. And now Steve Hall goes up to the number 3 spot. John, you got to work traffic here in Syracuse.
That's right. But just as long as they don't run out of laps. Looking right now coming to the white flag lap. They got by that machine. Now he looks at the back of the Palmer thing. Things going in Steve Hall's direction because Palmer having difficulty getting by those slower cars. But right now it's catch me if you can for Chris Kokosa in the 00 machine on the white flag is out.
Jeff Cassidy just cleared that traffic. Chad Brachmann, who is your 5th place runner, is dealing with that situation right now. The traffic, white flag, as John said, last lap, Chris Kokosa.
He's playing bumper taking 106 miles an hour, moving out the power machine as they rocket down onto turn number 3. Coming into turn number 3, I should say. Hall is going to have to make a move. Palmer knows he's there. They're going to go side by side out of turn number 3. Watch him come. Down the checker flag is coming out.
Here comes Kokosa, the standing fast technical machine. The win, the SavOn Sportsman Championship. Alton Palmer holds on for 2nd spot. Steve Hall takes 3rd. Jeff Cassidy in 4th. Chad Brachmann will come home 5th. Chris Shultz in 6th. John McAuliffe in the 7th spot. Luce, and then Steve Ballestero rounds out the top 10.
Again, a great race, only 1 yellow in the 30 laps. I think that they get the flying high more than anything. As these guys are doing 106 miles an hour. That's with a steelhead, steel wheels, 2-barrel carburetor at 106 miles an hour. Somebody's got to have done their homework, Doug.
And really not that far off the times. We'll see the small blocks running in the Prolog Super Lubricants race here in just a little bit.
Boy, when Dirt put this organization together a few years ago, as far as the Dirt Sportsmen were concerned, I don't realize that they didn't realize, I don't think, how big it was going to get, how competitive it is. And you take a look at the top 10 as you look at your list down there, you're talking maybe a second and a half, 3 seconds total between 1 and 10 on that one. It's a good competitive race.
And I would think if you were able to get the average lap speeds they were turning there at the end, I would think within a half a mile an hour of each other, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, the guys who are patient, they tried to make their move. You had the guys that you wanted to win out there. Some of them waited. They waited the tires come in the first 5 or 6 laps. From there on, they used their heads very, very wisely. I did not see any fender bender going on at all. And a lot of respect among this group. And as Steve Hall has alluded to me several times, we travel with these guys. We park next to them. We talk to them after the races, and it pays off in the end.
And really, John, I think a lot of that parallels with what we were talking about with the street stocks and their series earlier. And I think you really hit it right on the head there. You travel with these guys, you pit next to them, and when you run a series and you go to a racetrack you don't normally run at, sure, you don't know any of the regulars, but you know the guys to travel with. It's amazing how quickly you all bond together.
That's right, and they bond very good. And they'll say, look, I'm going to go up to your racetrack and I'm going to beat your pants right off next week, but you got to you're back on my turf tonight. And they mean just a lot of good camaraderie out of it.
Yeah, they may not tell you exactly the number of gears, the exact number, but they'll at least get you in the ballpark. You know, if you run into a problem in the heat and you're parked next to Steve Hall or one of those guys, hey, you need parts. If they have them, they're going to give them to you. There's no doubt about that.
A guy said that to me just the other day. He said, you know, this is the new game right now. We do change tires. We do swap things around. They used to fight each other and not do that. They don't do that anymore. They do more than their share of swapping and helping each other out. You can see that very easily at any given Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
So let's take a look at the unofficial finish order. Chris Kokosa with the win. The Lebanon Valley regular. Alton Palmer second. Steve Hall late in the race took over third. Then the 111 of Jeff Cassidy gets credited for fourth. Chad Brachmann finishing in fifth position. Chris Shultz comes home in sixth. John McAuliffe at seventh. Howie Albrecht in eighth. Luce ninth. And then in the number 10 spot, picking up 7 positions, was Mike Ballestero. In 11th position, Jimmy Spano. Larry Lampman came home in 12th. Ryan Baye came home in 13th. Gary Moreash 14th. Jimmy Johnson came home in 15th position. Then working back through 16 and 20, the other 111 of Kevin Wills comes home in 16th position. Then you've got the 5, Stephen Durrand. Well, he picked up some spots to finish 17th. Scott Flammer came home 18th. Vinny Vitale had to work for his 18th place finish. And then in 19th place, the number 94 of Joe Sarvis.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kokosa just pulling into victory lane. The folks from Rush Hour Live is going to get a couple of quick interviews with him. And Tim Brown standing by, of course, Director of Retail Operations for SavOn Convenience Stores. And Tim, what do you think after two very exciting feature events out here this afternoon?
It's an excellent race. It went real well, and we're happy to be involved.
I'll tell you, the folks from Dirt Motorsports are certainly proud to have SavOn back, and the many businesses that make up the United Indian Nation Enterprises, we just couldn't make the wheels go around here in the Moody Mile without you folks.
Definitely, we are, again, real happy to be proud, and congratulations to the winner of the race today, and we look forward to continuing the sponsorships that we have in the past.
Timothy Brown, on behalf of SavOn Convenience Stores, thank you very much for your ongoing support. Chris Kokosa climbing out of his car right now, ladies and gentlemen, and there is one very happy youngster out of Ludlow, Massachusetts. The biggest win of his dirt sportsman career. It is going to be worth $4,000. The folks from SavOn. I want to thank Sally Farrell, Dale Rude, Tim Brown, and all the folks from SavOn who helped make the race possible this afternoon. Going to get a couple quick words with Chris Kokosa as he comes up right now to present a $4,000 paycheck. Chris, what an outstanding job this afternoon. You had a lot of people chasing you down, and you had a lot of hot charging sheet metal start right around you. Did you ever think that you would be the name on the paycheck this afternoon?
I put my faith in the good Lord. I got to thank him. He's given me a wonderful family, a great career. I can't thank him enough. My family, they're awesome. They sponsor Standing for Hands, Texaco, Dish Network, TG Satellites, Ferrier Engineering, everybody that's helped us through the years, and we had a good season in Lebanon Valley this year, and what a great way to end the year.
Did you think coming into the event this afternoon, starting where you did, that you would have such a strong hunch that you might be the winner?
I'll tell you, I usually like the outside of Lebanon Valley. It's not the place to be at Syracuse, and Alton pulled me real good on the start there, and I said if I could just keep my cool and save the tires, and it worked out.
But you realized you had such a strong advantage over the rest of the field.
My crew chief was showing me some signs from in the pits here, but anytime I listen to him, I usually get lazy, so I kept pretty focused.
Well, you've had a good season. You mentioned Lebanon Valley, but this has got to be, by all means, the biggest notch in your gun handle so far.
Oh, it definitely is. I sat in those grandstands with my father and my family for years, and just dreaming I could be on this side of the fence, and what a dream come true.
Well, Chris, go ahead down there and enjoy, because they've got a $4,000 paycheck for your efforts out here this afternoon. Chris Kokosa, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 1998 SavOn Convenience Stores 30. Well, while Chris gets congratulated down here, we have Mr. Fred Finch from Syracuse Frame Service standing by, and of course you've got the Hard Charger Award, a nice plaque plus $300, and who will be the Hard Charger recipient for the SavOn 30?
How about Bob McCready?
Well, they did not, they didn't even tell us yet who the Hard Charger recipient is. You've got the plaque, but there's no name on it. You've been around a long time in the world of dirt motorsports, and of course, back when all of us started here at Syracuse, there was no such thing as a dirt sportsman event on the Moody Mile. These guys are showing a lot of potential, and now even the straight stocks are coming on board. You ever think years ago that we'd see 4 great divisions all under the dirt motorsports banner on Super Dirt Week?
No, the late models and the sportsmen, they're running very fast speeds, and they've really come along wonderful.
I suppose a lot of these drivers are also looking to Syracuse Frame Service for assistance along the way.
Some have, but we're with McCready's.
By all means, McCready's been your man for many, many years now, and it's been a great relationship, and it's been a good deal to see the Syracuse Frame name on the side of Bob McCready's car for so many years.
Yeah, we're good friends, and also with Tim McCready, we sponsor him, 2-car team.
Kind of keeping it in the family, but certainly you look to help out all these drivers out here, and we know that a lot of times they turn to you for assistance as well. Mr. Finch, thank you very much on behalf of Syracuse Frame Service for presenting the Hard Charger Awards all weekend long.
Thank you, and glad to do it.
Syracuse Frame Service, ladies and gentlemen, from right here, of course, in the town of Syracuse. And
Tim Smith, I got to interrupt you just a minute. John Brewer from the tower. We need the scores for the 358. Report to your scoring area. All the scorers for the 358, please report the scoring area. Also, last call on the 50-50. Last call on the 50-50. Again, all scorers. Each car must have a score. Please report to the scoring area right now, please.
And of course, Chris Kokosa receiving the $250 check right now from Kathy's Bottom Line for being the halfway lap leader. Chris, of course, was the leader at lap number 15. And on behalf of Kathy Procopia and Kathy's Bottom Line, big part of Super Dirt Week each and every year, Chris Kokosa picks up another $250. He'll put that on top of that $4,000 paycheck. Howie Albrecht's being called to the paddock right now. Of course, he piloted the number 68 car. He will pick up 2 extra paychecks. First of all, he'll pick up the hard charger paycheck on behalf of Syracuse Frame Service. That'll be worth $300. And also, Howie, they've got a second check. You have now become rookie of the race with that pass on Neil Luce in the last part of the event. You became rookie of the race for 1998. That's worth another $500. And what a great job for a rookie in 1998.
Thank you very much. We've had a tough week getting ready here for this week, and
just the conference what we did today. Thank you guys. All the work this week. I'd like to thank Alton for rebuilding my Dodge engine.
where you guys
It's tough to go everything like that.
We'll back up a little bit and let these guys get in. Right about here, I would think.
Being a rookie in the event, when you start the race out there this afternoon, you really think you can secure not only the hard charger award, but also gain that rookie of the year attack? Oh, no, I never thought anything of that. Just finished 30 laps and come on, the best we could. Up until the time that you passed the rookie of the race, the first top 50 rookie of the league, and they passed. There's a fog low in the middle. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. And Sunday, partly sunny, high 60 to 65. The extended forecast, Monday, partly sunny, low around 30, high around 60. Tuesday, increasing clouds with a chance of afternoon, high around 60. Wednesday, cloudy with showers likely and cooler, low around 40, high around 50. Short-term forecast. An area of steady rain will move slowly west to Utica and Otselic by 5 p.m. The rain could be briefly heavy. Outside of this area will be isolated light rain showers and sprinkles into this evening. Dense fog will be across the highest elevations, reducing visibilities to a quarter of a mile or less. For Cortland and Onondaga counties, an area of rain will try to move west after 5 p.m. Otherwise, a sprinkle or two is possible into early evening. For the rest of central New York, a sprinkle or two is possible into early